attack up on her backboard. Got me back up on her backboard. When she asked me if I love her, I just act bored. Say loser, ask for it. Living movie, blockbuster, this ain't a rental. Talking moody, all these diamonds up in my dental. I get never minded if I offend you. I need the silence, chaos, it's in my mental. You need a PJ, first class, not what you went to. You need the relay, chase money like you sane. How I give you the boat, chain, and plane. Fame name, that's insane. Private. You need a, in case the movies get insane. You need a ruby, the kind of jewelry that's from the rain. No. I'm just here to remind you, but never mommy, man. I'm here to remind you.
The NFL on EA Sports brings us to North Carolina and Bank of America Stadium here in Charlotte. Just a moment ago, the lights, the cameras, the action, all the pyrotechnics, everything was ablaze, everything was allowed here in Bank of America Stadium as Carolina emerged from their tunnel. And we are ready to go as the Panthers get set to match up with the Miami Dolphins. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and off we go from uptown Charlotte. On the return, it's Kenyon Barner. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll... Start at the 21-yard line. On 1st and 10, Newton being chased out left. And his first pass is incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Hey, get right there.
Back to the air, Newton on 2nd down. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. A big play there on the catch and run. 57 yards.
So what's the old expression that quarterbacks like to use when they decide to throw the football? I'm looking for either a touchdown or a check down. And he took the check down on that play, and it worked almost to perfection.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. Had a good move, but only able to work it to the 20-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in.
And he will take it across for Panthers touchdown. A great play there. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Panthers take it right down and score on the opening drive. The extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Tannehill and the Dolphins break the huddle. Come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Hey, 20.
A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Buying time to his left. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he'll be taken down inside Carolina's 15. It's a big play there for Miami. 62 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Tannehill. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Grant. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Set. Ready. 20.
On 1st down, Newton dancing to his left. Now he's going to go deep down the left, looking for Funchess, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Jones.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Hey, 20. Deep. Play.
After the interception, here's Tannehill. Now he'll let this one go. Deep left side. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. First carry for Kenyon Drake. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Here's Tannehill now on second down. This is caught. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. That's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
30.
They go play action here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll try and pound it in with Drake. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Kenyon Drake taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Dolphins are in for 6. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Carolina getting set to take the field. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there at 22.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there. Getting it to their back out of the...
Oh, batted at the line and intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48, and they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Tannehill on first down. Going deep here for Parker. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Tannehill. Brought in over the middle by Grant. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. He got 29 yards that time. Great patience in the pocket. Of course, it's easy to be patient when the protection's good, and it was.
Yeah, you got to pat those guys on the helmet and say thanks because they gave him plenty of time to stay back there, survey the field, go through the reads that he wanted to, and deliver the ball accurately. That was really well executed.
Let's go, hustle, fellas.
To throw on second down is Tannehill. Flush to his right. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 9 yards. And all of a sudden here, it's third down. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Here's Tannehill. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 2 minutes to go here in the first. First half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. They snap it to Tannehill. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Adam Gase rolls the dice. It doesn't pan out. And the Panthers will get the football back.
Hey, get right there.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. Here's Newton. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 24. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
On 1st down, it's Tannehill. He goes underneath the Drake. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On 2nd down, here's Tannehill. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So after the sack of Tannehill, the Dolphins come up here on a 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Tannehill. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And Stills has got it. Touchdown, Miami. Kenny Stills, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, It almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with, some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting at 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now.
Hey.
2nd and 10, Newton again. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Kiko Alonso able to get in and run him down for a loss of 14. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
20.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Flushed out right. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. Jakeem Grant back deep for Miami. Fielded at the 33. 12 yards on the return that time. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Then the Dolphins getting set to go here. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And that is incomplete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, Coach. We can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
Throw left side complete. It's Grant. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Draw play. Tannehill gives to Drake. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Captain Munnerlyn, the one who made the stop. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
And he finds Stills, complete. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? the better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there. Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Hey, 20.
On 2nd down, it's Drake. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively. Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Back to throw, Tannehill. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action? Because they're not going to bite defensively, right? No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly. Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. Sanders' kick is good. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter. And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field. But they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the 2nd half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Hey.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run. To throw is Newton. Steps away to his left. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain of 32 that time. On first down, it's Newton. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. 30.